Welcome to the Alan Holman Show. This is the only show called The Alan Holman Show that I host. And I'm Alan Holman. So on today's episode, I'd like to tell you about a lot of different things, but whether I'll get around to much of that is up to fate. Fate will decide what actually happens on this episode. Ooh, fate, spooky. Alright, so first thing I want to talk about is positive self-image. I think that it's important for very many reasons to have a positive self-image. And for that reason, I don't particularly like that I don't particularly like that. Now, this is tough to say. This is tough to say, actually. I don't particularly like that the name of the rap group that I am a part of has the word dipshits in the title. You could search Two Cosmic Dipshits on YouTube, and you could see some rap songs that my brother Max and my brother Sam did, and in some of those songs I have verses that I do, but I personally don't like that the title of the group has the word dipshits in it. I don't like that the title is Two Cosmic Dipshits. In fact, I've participated in some of the songs. I've participated in some of the musical projects of that group that my brothers formed. But I don't like, and I have honestly never liked, that the title of the group is Two Cosmic Dipshits. You could find the YouTube channel called Two Cosmic Dipshits, and you could watch the songs that we've done. And I even have maybe one or two or maybe even three of those songs on this YouTube channel. I think only one or two. But I don't like that the name of that group that I am a part of is Two Cosmic Dipshits. I don't like that, and I never liked that. And I haven't even told any of my brothers that, but it's possible that one of my brothers is watching this video, and he might even be heartbroken that I don't like the name of that group. And I would personally be more motivated to participate in more of the songs and I would be more motivated to actually memorize the lyrics for the songs that I've done with the group if the group had a name that didn't include the word dipshits. Because I want to, for myself, have more of a positive self-image. I don't want to, in really any circumstance, refer to myself as a dipshit or a member of a group called the Dipshits. I mean, that goes against what I want for myself. And this is perfectly reasonable. So, yeah, that's the main story of this segment. Let's see what else this episode of the Alan Holman Show has.
Tuesday night, we're tuned in to the stories he will spin. Weekly words from Holman's pen, let the vlog now begin. Creativity and light shining through the screen so bright. Alan's world comes into sight, Tuesdays never felt so right. Alan Holman Show, you know. Tune in every week, we go. Caught in the web he weaves, it flows. 7 p.m. we see the glow. Author tales and journeys wide, microcosms, worlds inside. Every story with a guide, Alan takes us on this ride. Magic moments, hidden gems, captured by his camera lens. Different stories, different ends, all our screens, they're now our friends. Alan Holman's Show, you know. Tune in every week we go. Alan Workley, weekly spree, aglow. Show, you know. Tune in every week we go. Alan Workley, weekly spree. Alan Holman's Show, you know. Author tales and journeys wide, microcosms, worlds inside. Worlds and tales in worlds inside. Tuesdays never felt so right. Alan Holman's Show, you know. Tune in every week we go. Caught in the web he weaves, it flows. 7 p.m. we see the glow. Author tales and journeys wide, microcosms, worlds inside. Author tales and journeys wide, microcosms, worlds inside. Every story with a guide, Alan takes us on this ride. Magic moments, hidden gems, captured by his camera lens. Different stories, different ends, all our screens, they're now our friends. It's a story with a guide, all our screens, they're now our friends. Alan's World, our weekly spree. World, our weekly spree.
Time for In the Kitchen with Alan. This is the kitchen. This has been In the Kitchen with Alan.
You're watching the Alan Holman Show.
Watch TV. Read newspapers. Go to the cinema. Vote for either the party that's in power or the major party that is against the party that is in power. Third parties are a joke. Do what your doctor orders you to do. This has been a public service message brought to you by the establishment.
You are watching the Alan Holman Show.
I once saw a video on YouTube where they talked about how the number one problem in the world is lack of positive self-image. And the video just pounded over and over the idea that positive self-image attracts good situations to your life and helps remove the bad situations from your life. And so I don't like, I mentioned that my brothers and we do rap songs sometimes, and I don't like that the name of the group that we've got is called Two Cosmic Dipshits. I was kind of recruited into doing some of the songs, but I never chose that name, and it's not a name that I would have chosen for a rap group. And I'm not saying that I'm leaving the group unless I'm being kicked out for expressing this opinion. But, I mean, I'll probably participate in more of that group's songs as time progresses. But I really do not like the name Two Cosmic Dipshits. I mean, I can rant about this for a while, and it's probably how I'm going to end up filling this episode. But I really shouldn't fill the episode with rants about that. Yeah. Calling yourself a dipshit and telling the world that you think it's okay for them to refer to you as a dipshit. That is something that goes against my personal goals anyway. I believe I'm a good person. Even bad things that I've done have been the result of the best decisions I could have made at those times with the information and resources that I had available to me at those times. But despite that, I try my best to only do good things, and so I don't want to be called a dipshit. You know what I mean? And the name of the group that you could find on YouTube, you could search YouTube for Two Cosmic Dipshits, and some of the songs you'll find I participated in. And yeah. So yeah, I saw a thing on TV once on YouTube about number one problem in the world, lack of positive self-image. They were making the point that a lot of people have negative self-talk. A lot of people view themselves as some kind of problematic entity. And I personally don't want negative self-image. I want to view myself as the hero in my own story. But I guess everyone wants to view themselves as the hero in their own story. But yeah, negative self-talk is a issue that a lot of people have. And that's where when you talk to yourself, you call yourself an idiot, or you call yourself stupid, or you say that you'll never be able to do certain things, or you'll never be able to overcome certain obstacles. But or you call yourself various insulting words that in your history you have heard other people call you, and you're just validating those things that other people have called you, which are negative. And that kind of talking to yourself in a negative way is not good. And for quite some years now, I barely do that. And but when I was younger, I used to do that a little more often. But when you see yourself in a negative light, that aids others, that helps others to see you in a negative light, and then you're just in a negative light. And if you see yourself in a positive light, whether others see you in a negative light or not, you know the truth. You know that you're the good person. So don't see yourself in a negative light. Don't talk ill of yourself when you're talking to either yourself or others. These are simple concepts. My life has improved when I got to my own apartment. For large chunks of my life, that's the kind of phrases I use. For large chunks of my life, I was in living situations where I did not have the space and the headspace to get what I wanted from life. And and when I moved to my own apartment, I finally had a lot of that space and headspace that I have craved for decades. So, yeah. I'd like to thank the local housing authority for the subsidized apartment that I've got, and I plan to take good care of it for a long time, and I plan to take good care of myself in here for a long time. And I plan to develop my lifestyle here into a very beneficial lifestyle, a lifestyle that is the best that I can do with what I have. I want to have the best life that I can have with what I have. I want to live like I'm a rich person, with what I have. And that's quite a concept in itself, because what I have is not really considered rich. But I want to, maybe I want to delude myself to a certain level where, no, I don't think, I don't think that's the right word. But, well, maybe I do. Maybe I want to delude myself to a certain level um, where what I have, I can imagine that what I have is equivalent to what rich people have. Um, see, um, well, what do I have? I've got food, I've got shelter, I've got a good enough bed, I've got my own bathroom, I've got my own kitchen, I've got my own living room, I've got my own bedroom, I've got access to laundry services, I've got access to a storage area. Um, what I have is actually quite more than what I've ever had. And in fact, there have been times in my life when I imagined that people who have what I currently have are rich compared to where I was in life. Um, what would I like? I guess one thing that I'd like is I would like to focus on enhancing my transportation resources, um, enhancing my ability and resources to a point where I am able to travel more often. In my life, I am 43 years old right now, and I have really, really rarely been outside of Saskatoon. I've rarely been outside of this city. And a lot of times I feel that because of my financial situation, I feel that I'm trapped in this city, but even more so, I feel trapped in the neighborhood where I live. Um, and that's just because, well, okay, the neighborhood where I live, I've got easy access to the products and services that I need. Stuff that I need is in walking distance. And so I'm in a good neighborhood for me to be in. Um, but regardless, in my city, there are events held quite often. Events in other parts of the city, events that I would like to attend. And um, I would like to attend such events more often. Um, there were times in my life when I used the local transit services, the bus services, more often. There were times when I used the buses more often, but I currently don't like the bus because I have seen violence on the bus. after you witness violence on the bus, um, you realize there is that level of potential danger to using the bus. So, certain things that I have to go to, which are just a small amount of times each month that there's certain things that I have to go to, I I I try to have enough money to take the taxi to those certain things, um, such as certain types of appointments and whatnot. I try to take the taxi to those things. Taxis are expensive, but when you only really have to use them just a couple of times a month to go to certain things, then it can be doable on my income to only use them a couple times a month just to go to certain things that I have to go to. But regardless, I would like to go to events more often. So I should pay attention to what events are in my area because, well, for example, it would be good to get some footage for this show from some nearby events. Yes. Getting footage for the show from nearby events. That is a very good idea. A very good idea indeed. All right, well, I've ranted at you long enough. This was a bit scattered, but some things were processed. And let's see what kind of, well, hopefully you found some value from something that I said on this episode. If you didn't find value from at least one thing I said on this episode, then you really shouldn't be wasting your time with watching this show. But with that said, no one's telling you to watch this show. You're doing it of your own volition, and I appreciate everyone who has watched any episode of this show. You are superstars. All right. Thank you for watching this episode. If you liked it, like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I'll talk to you next time.
Tuesday night we're tuned in to the stories he will spin. Weekly words from Holman's pen. Let the vlog now begin. Creativity and light shining through the screen so bright. Alan's world comes into sight. Tuesdays never felt so right. Alan Holman Show, you know. Tune in every week. We go, caught in the web he weaves. It flows. 7 p.m. we see the glow. Author tales and journeys wide. Microcosms, worlds inside. Every story with a guide. Alan takes us on this ride. 7 p.m. we see the glow. Tune in every week. We go. Caught in the web weaves. It flows. 7 p.m. we see the glow. Author tales and journeys wide. Microcosms, worlds inside. Every story with a guide. Alan takes us on this ride. Magic moments, hidden gems, captured by his camera lens. Different stories, different ends. All our screens, they're now our friends. Inspired minds, we watch and see. All the wonder, all the glee. Every vlog, a small marquee. Alan's World, our weekly spree. Tune in every week. We go. Caught in the web he weaves. Alan takes us on this ride. Magic moments, hidden gems, captured by his camera lens. Different stories, different ends. All our screens, they're now our friends. Inspired minds, we watch and see. All the wonder, all the glee. Every vlog, a small marquee. Alan's World, our weekly spree.